Today we're in the kitchen with Diane Morgan, and Diane is a local cookbook author and instructor, and also she recently wrote a new book called Roots, all about root vegetables. And today she's going to share a recipe from the book, and kind of a different recipe. It's Carrot Top Pesto, and I always thought that you fed those to the rabbits or put them in the compost. Not true?
Not true. When I was researching the book, I realized, of course, there's all these edible roots, but in addition, many of the roots have edible tops.
Okay.
Carrots, radishes, turnips, beets. They are nutritious, incredibly.
And how did you know it was okay to eat it, though?
Well, the carrot tops, there was this controversy. And so in one place I read they're edible, in another place I read they were not. And so I did more researching, and I found online this virtual carrot museum in the UK, and it had this large website, and in addition to that, there is an actual little carrot museum. It's one of the miniature museums of the world. So there was this recipe for carrot top pesto, and it used walnuts, and I didn't love it. I didn't love the walnut flavor. I thought it overpowered the herbal flavor, so I made it with the more traditional way of using pine nuts. And that's what we're going to do here today.
Well, let's get started.
Sure. So I have toasted the pine nuts just in a heavy-duty skillet and until they're just, nicely colored. Let them cool a bit, and then those go in a food processor.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, I take a large clove of garlic, and I just coarsely chop it. I just need it enough so it'll spread around in the food processor.
Kind of break up evenly?
Yeah.
Okay. And
we'll add in a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and let's just pulse that a couple times.
So what does the carrot top taste like?
It's kind of an earthy herbal flavor. Give it a taste one. It's really lovely.
You'll tell me if I get it in my teeth, though, right?
I will, I promise.
It's good. It's really mild.
It's really mild. But I want to think about this as your wintertime pesto.
Okay.
And so, you see these carrots in the market with the bushy tops, and we lop those off, and as you said, we feed them to the rabbits, put them in the compost bin. But they're gorgeous, and let's utilize them.
And people think of basil as the only pesto, and that's definitely not accurate.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can make it with arugula and all these other, but the carrot top is, I just think, really special, and it's like a twofer. You use the root, you use the tops.
Yeah, great utilization.
Yeah. So it's a generous cupful of the carrot tops, and you just pluck off the feathery tops, and actually I missed a little stem here. And you don't want to use the stems.
Are the stems too bitter, or?
No, they're just coarser. And I just like to use the feathery tops, and goodness knows there's plenty of them. So carrot tops go in. I sprinkle the Parmesan over top, and that's a quarter cup of Parmesan. And then as that's running, I'm going to pour in the olive oil, and it's 6 tablespoons of olive oil, but what I want to do is just pour it in slowly so that I can get the texture right. So if I had a more generous cup of carrot tops than you did, then I can adjust the consistency.
And what would you use this with?
Oh, I use it as a dip.
Okay.
How cute to have carrots and carrot top pesto.
Tongue-in-cheek there.
You can use it with pasta, and picture some ravioli, whether it's a mushroom-filled or a meat-filled or even a ricotta-filled. With this over the top with Parmesan.
Okay.
And so any way that you would normally use pesto, you could do a little appetizer with a crostini, toasted bread, a little bit of goat cheese, and a dollop of that on top.
So all finished, and do I get to taste?
Yes, absolutely.
And I get to use a carrot?
Well, I think that'd be great.
Okay, well, while I'm trying that, one of the things that I found interesting in your book was the fact that it wasn't just a cookbook. I mean, you provided a lot of information about each root vegetable. So tell a little bit about what you kind of highlight at the beginning of each chapter.
So for each root, you get the history and lore. You get the nutrition of the root. You get how to prep it, what to look for when you're buying it, how to store it, and some information on quantities so that, a medium term it turns into how much chop.
Right.
So, but the history and lore of these roots is fabulous. And beyond that, 19 of the 28 roots in the book are grown in Oregon. And I was able to source all the roots in Portland.
And you also put some in there that are a little bit more unusual that people haven't heard. They may have to go hunt for them somewhere or maybe grow them themselves, but it's really complete. It's a lot of information. So it's available?
Bookstores, all the local bookstores, some gift stores, kitchenware shops, and online.
Okay. So last question. I mean, any tip you want to tell people about root vegetables? Number one thing, probably besides just try them.
Well, yeah. I mean, we think of what our grandparents ate, the rutabagas, the turnips, and we think of these stodgy old recipes. And the book is filled with innovative ways to use all these roots, from cocktails to desserts.
Right, great. Well, thanks for sharing. And it really is really good. Who would have known? Thanks.
Thank you.